All right. Here we go again. Welcome back to the channel, everybody. Today I am doing my follow-up review for the EcoFlow Delta 2 Max, which is their newest solar generator unit, which if for some reason you've been living under a rock and you don't know what a solar generator is, it's basically taking the power of the sun, storing it inside a very nice LiFePO4 battery that you can then use to power all of your daily things. Much like a gas generator, but without the need for, gasoline. And I have now been living with this thing for, I don't know, about three and a half weeks, maybe a month now. And these are just going to be my my honest thoughts on the product. And they are having a huge Amazon Prime Day sale coming up soon here in the middle of the month of July. I'll put the dates on the bottom of the screen here, as I can't remember them off the top of my head right now. But you're going to be able to save yourself over $900 on the EcoFlow products. And after watching this video and using my discount code, you'll also be able to save yourself an additional 5% on top of that. And that's one of the biggest complaints I see about all of these products. Like they're great, they're reliable, they're quality, but they're pricey. And that's just the way it is. That's not going to change. You can complain all you want, but you really are getting what you pay for with these products. I'm in a campground right now for the Canada Day long weekend, and there are signs everywhere restricting the use of gas generators. And that's where bad boys like this come in handy. Now, I am kind of talking it up and touting it a lot, and I did tell you I will give you my honest thoughts on the product. You do get a huge bang for your buck with this, but you're going to pay for that in the absolute sheer size of this thing. I know that there's no way around this right now, and I've said before I want technology to advance to a place where we can have units that are as powerful as this, but as big as this. Because I'm not getting any younger, and lugging this thing around is not ideal. That's why, for my purposes, living in a tiny home, which is a low roof cargo van that I've converted into a full-time livable home, I have found a spot for this at the foot of my bed, just tucked neatly underneath the bed frame. That's where this lives, and it doesn't move. I have it plugged in through its wall charging capability to my shoreline. So when I plug in at a campground or a family member's house or wherever, it will automatically start charging. And then I also have my air conditioner, the Wave 2, plugged into this thing indefinitely so that when I need to, I can switch on the area of air alternating current and it'll power my air conditioner. Well, let's get that out of the way right away, because I've been talking about both these products for a while now. The Delta 2 Max solar power station, as well as the Wave 2 air conditioner slash heater. They have both been two products in my life that I've been spending a lot of time with now during these summer months. And I think, in my opinion, if you're going to get the Wave 2, but you don't have shore power or you don't have house batteries that are going to be able to power it, this is your go-to solution. This guy can power the air conditioner on eco mode for almost like 40 hours. That will fluctuate a bit, and you'll probably see more like 30 hours, 34 hours with return, with the whole kicking up, kicking off and everything with the air conditioner. But this thing powers that, no problem. And yeah, that's going to be a huge investment. I absolutely understand that, but they go together like peanut butter and jelly. So yes, it's big, it's bulky. I think, honestly, at the end of the day, if we're really talking truthfully about this product, it is built primarily as a backup to a sticks and bricks solution. Thus, it can absolutely be used in this application, as I am doing that, and I will continue to do so. But the fact that this unit also has these two ports on the side here that allow you to expand the entire capacity of what this thing can output. You can buy these just as big standalone batteries that are as big as this, but they're just batteries with one output connection to this bad boy, and then you can expand them, and it's tripling the capacity of what this unit can do. That's an incredible backup for somebody who is on grid, that is concerned about, the grid going down or something like that. In an emergency situation, it could absolutely power your home well, like that. As I said, I have been using it primarily to power the air conditioner, but it does have its other uses as well. Like every other solar generator out there, it's got USB power. You've got fast charge, regular USB-A charging for those people that are stuck in the past, like my aunt and uncle. Hi, love you. Also USB-C charging as well, and you can turn each individual zone on or off at will. And on the other side, give me about 10 years, hang on. Just kidding, that wasn't so bad. We've got our alternating current ports. You get 6 of them. And then also we've got the cigarette lighter down here for 12 volt, as well as these 3A max ports. I don't know who's using those. I don't. I haven't met anybody that does. But if you are somebody that uses 3A ports, there you go. And then up top here, we've got our ways to charge it, right? You've got 2 solar ins. Well, one is for solar. One is if you want to charge it off your car battery, which I don't know why anybody would. Not something this big, but you can if you want to. And then, of course, charging it off of a wall outlet, or in my case, shore power. Then you've also got this neat little switch up here that you can switch left or right. It's slow charge and fast charge, which is super cool. Now, if you watched my first video where I was talking about this, I actually was putting it through its paces, and I was over at my cousin's house, and I wanted to flex that fast charge mode, which charges at about, I think it was around 16 to 1700 watts. At the same time, I was running the air conditioner. So not just charging the battery on the air conditioner, but running it, which was like an additional, I don't even know, 1400 watts, 700 watts. It was something ludicrous, and I tripped the breaker. There was no bueno, so I switched over to slow charge, and it worked just fine. But the whole thing is that this thing touts itself on this fast charge capability. I was able to prove to myself that when it is the only thing on one circuit, is that what you call them? Circuits? Breakers? I don't know. But when it's the only thing, that fast charge does work like a hot damn. It will go from 0 to 80% in about an hour, and then it'll top that up in very little time after that, and I was thoroughly impressed. You can get even faster charging if you double it up by plugging it into a wall outlet and using the solar panels. They're not included. That's an additional purchase. I didn't bother with that because I don't really find myself in situations where I need to charge faster than that, right? But I've been thoroughly impressed with that. Now, my biggest problem was, well, I'm not always plugging into the wall, right? I would like to be able to charge it off of my house batteries. And in that video, I even attempted to do that off of Lucky's inverter. Lucky's the name of my van if you're new around here. Unfortunately, that fast charger ended up tripping some safety feature inside here because there wasn't enough amps coming from my inverter, yada, yada, yada. All that technical jargon aside, I actually had a subscriber point out to me this really cool feature. Now, just like the Wave 2, this thing can talk to the EcoFlow app. And I'm going to turn the screen recording on, much like I did in my Wave 2 follow-up review. And we're going to go into the EcoFlow app here. And as you can see here on the front screen, I've got the Wave 2 on the top. I've also got the Delta 2 Max here. It's fully topped up. We're going to go in there. You can see all of your information here. Super cool, right? 99% right now. This thing's good for 99 hours, which I guess that means the phantom draw would kill this thing in 99 hours. I've never seen that happen. Down here, you can turn, I'm just going to quickly go over this. I know I'm getting off track. But down here, you can turn all of the zones on or off. So if I turn on the AC zone, you'll hear it beep. And now it's on. And that was what would now allow power to go to the Wave 2 or any other device that I have plugged in to these ports on the front. And of course, we can now turn on the 12 volt zone down here, or even at the back of the unit, the USB zone. Now this thing is ready to put all sorts of power out into the universe and keep you going for quite some time. But my main reason for pointing this out, and it's what the subscriber pointed out to me, if we go into settings at the very top here, and then we go down to input AC charging speed, if we go into here by tapping that 1200 watts, you'll see we've got a slider from 200 watts all the way up to 1800 watts. Now this only affects the slow charge setting on the unit, right? So fast is locked at whatever EcoFlow decided fast charge was. Like I said, it's between 16 and 1700 watts. But if you put it on slow, in here you can adjust it all the way you want, from 200 watts all the way up to 1800 watts. And I found that with my system, if I set this bad boy to 1200 watts, I'm never gonna be able to, oh, there we go. Perfect. If I set that to 1200 watts, I don't trip the safety mechanism inside this, and I have enough amps on my 2000 watt inverter to fast charge this sucker. You know, yeah, I'm going to drain my house batteries, but on a sunny day with my solar panels, I can top those bad boys back up no problem, and this guy gets topped up within an hour. So I've found myself getting into the habit of, if I use this to power that air conditioner and it drains, I will flip it on in the evening once the sun's going down and things are cooling off, and we will charge this bad boy back up with my house batteries, and then in the next day, while it's cooling down the van again, I am charging up my house batteries with the solar on my van. And it's just this nice cycle that was so easy to fall into. And I'm very thankful to the subscriber who pointed out to me that the app has the capabilities of adjusting the output charge power, right? So you can still fast charge without, destroying whatever grid you might be plugged into. I thought that was really cool. And of course, just like the Wave 2, there's a whole bunch of other stuff in here that you can go look at. You can even change, where was it? You can change the lookout of, or you can change, sorry, the lookout. You can change the look of the page. We can go from energy flow back to the original standard look. And then when we go back here, it's completely different. So whatever tickles your fancy, really, at the end of the day. And I appreciate that. That came in a recent update. And EcoFlow is very good. Oh, look, I even have a firmware update as it is right now. Let's upgrade it and see. I do have Wi-Fi at this campground because I'm very close to a highway, but that's okay. Be on the lookout for a future vlog. This is what I really like, and it's just like the Wave 2. I really like the app integration. It works flawlessly. I haven't had any issues with this. It does what I need it to do, and what more could I really ask for? Again, it's a lot of power. I haven't committed this to memory. It is a 2048 watt hour capacity on this bad boy, and it can surge up to, for those that care, where was it? 4,800 watts, I believe. Let me confirm. Yeah, because it's like 2,400 watts, 2,400 watt inverter. So this thing is 400 watts more powerful than my Renogy inverter that I have for in Lucky. That's like my main house inverter, and it can surge as things do, like drills and stuff and hair dryers or whatever. I don't know. There we go. We are upgraded. When did that happen? I wasn't even paying attention. Let's stop that screen recording right now. I could sit here and continue to talk about all of these points till I'm blue in the face and you're sick of hearing about it. But at the end of the day, EcoFlow is a brand that seems pretty prestigious to me. Prestigious? The prestige. They're pretty darn good. Yes, they're expensive, but good stuff is. Are there alternate solutions you could get? Absolutely. You might save yourself some money, and in the long run, you'd be crossing your fingers that everything continues to work. I think the biggest thing to take away here is that these things are maintenance free. They don't require any gasoline, nothing like that. You don't have to do anything. This is sort of a buy once, cry once situation. And I really do believe that in terms of this unit, because sure, you're going to spend a little bit more up front, but this stuff is being touted as able to last 10 years, 3,000 plus charge cycles before you're going to start seeing diminishing returns, because that's just the way lithium batteries work these days. So like I mentioned, they're having a huge Prime Day sale coming up here in July. You're going to be able to save over $900 on a whole bunch of EcoFlow products, including the Delta 2 Max. And if you use my discount code right here, you can also find it in the description of this video, you're going to save yourself an additional 5% off whatever products you might already be saving money on, right? Prime Day is actually a pretty cool thing if there's stuff that you're in the market for. If you have any other questions about this unit, throw them in the comments of this video. I'll do my best to answer them. Apologies. I really would like to say thank you to EcoFlow for sending me these products. They have been very unique and fun to utilize, and they have definitely improved my van life. And I understand that not everybody just getting into van life is going to be able to afford stuff like this, and that's totally fine. But eventually, if you're doing things properly, you should be able to afford a few nicer commodities. Anyway, I'm going to leave this one here, you guys. Until the next one, go out there, be happy, be creative, be yourselves. Most importantly, be positive, and I will see you all in the next one.